pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew.
We look so bright today.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot.
And I'm nasty, sweaty.
Oh.
I'm glad y'all can't smell me right now.
Oh my goodness, this is the first ever live stream that we've done that you haven't taken a bath beforehand.
I'm very upset about that. But I love y'all enough. I'm just going to let it ride.
Okay, so I want to double check the chat once again. If everybody that could hear me, could you type in the number 3, please? Type in the number 3 if you hear us. If you can hear us, see us, you can do it. I'm showing 17 people in here. I want to make sure everybody is good to go. Where's your mothers?
Seriously? Do the limbo.
Okay, I just got it. There's April.
Yes, it is sticky hot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Why is Mark's stuff coming up as...
I don't know. No idea.
Alrighty, so it looks like everything's going as planned. Give everybody a few more minutes to gather up in here. So let's see who we got. Mama Mitzi, Namawa,
I guess. Maybe Washington, I don't know.
the Naked Gardeners. Long time no see. Lone Star Living.
Naked Gardener Sidney says he needs a refill too.
Lone Star Living.
Yeah. Love ya.
C. Dean, Mimsy Garden. Deb Lewis, City Girl Country Heart, Mark
Krieger.
Geeky Gardens.
Cecilia. Sanson.
Cecilia.
Hi to
Samson's
Samson
Farms.
Farm.
Yep.
Rogue Life.
Living with a
Living
rogue
Rogue Life. Made it. Thanks for straightening out my days. I thought yesterday was Saturday. Well, that would have sucked.
Yeah. For real.
Did you ask Sid to teach you how to shoot before Blaze does?
Oh, see? I think I won't take your wrench away and tell everybody to time you out all the time.
Mindful Homestead. What's the word, hummingbirds?
What's the word? The bird is the word.
I enjoy Mindful Homestead. I don't watch a whole lot of YouTube, but I definitely partake in the Instagram. And they post quite a few things that I just absolutely love.
Okay, so before we get started, today is a special day.
It is.
Very special day.
Hey, TJ, what's up?
We have a very special friend,
Hello, Heather.
and she has to be special because of who her husband is. Because it takes a special kind of person to put up with that man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all, Mrs. Naked Gardener turned 21 today. That's 21 cubed.
Oh, no.
21 squared?
No.
21 plus 21.
Let's go with that.
Oh, okay.
21
But not
times
really.
2. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
42. 21 plus 21.
She's not 42.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Farmer Mima.
But, so, without further ado.
Thank God, April.
Without further ado, we must, it's a tradition here on the Big Bear Homestead, we must sing Happy Birthday. So, y'all join in with us as we sing Happy Birthday to
Hey, Broussard. Sorry.
Broussard, the Mrs. Naked Gardener. I almost slipped that inside joke that was completely inappropriate in right there. I had to catch myself. That's why I started.
I'm still reeling over the other one.
Yeah, that one was.
That's just so highly offensive. It's just
Yeah,
like,
that offended
she
me.
is 21 with 22 years of experience. Yeah.
Anyway.
Hello.
1, 2, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tori. Happy birthday to you.
You look like a monkey and you smell like one too.
No. She's a beautiful woman and she doesn't smell bad at all.
They just left here, going on a hot
hour
date.
Ago. Yeah.
Going on a hot date for her birthday. And I think their hot date started the moment they walked out the house because it's hot.
And you know what? It's not that it's hot, it's humid.
Yeah.
It's like Terry was saying earlier, it's a sticky hot. It's not just... And then, to make matters even worse, we came out here and the coils on the air conditioning unit...
Well, see, we came out here to help them with their YouTube channel a little bit, and there is something with Sydney, with his electromagnetic field. My computer started messing up, the camera's messing up, the air conditioning
freezing up. Yeah, it's all Sydney. We're going to blame it all on Sydney.
It's all Sydney's fault.
Yep.
So I also want to encourage anybody else from the state of Texas that wants to celebrate their birthday here on the Big Bear Homestead, please feel free to do, because that was the first birthday ever where the birthday person cooked.
The worst part is I had planned on cooking, but then you told me that Sydney was bringing ribs, so I didn't cook anything because you said Sydney was bringing ribs. So otherwise, I was planning on having chicken fajitas.
And Sydney's, since the moment that we first met, that man has never been on time, ever. So I banked on that today, and I went to get the little
What's
bit
up,
of
D?
extra stuff done because I knew I had a Sydney cushion.
You had like an hour.
Yeah. And so we went to go get the smoker fired up, and you're starting to walk. I'm like, where are you going? They're here. And I'm like, no, that can't be true. Can't be true. That man has said he's going to be here at 10 o'clock and shows up at 2.
So I guess I failed because I didn't realize that you were doing the smoker and working on the smoker and that the time was relevant, because she texted me when we were getting feed that they were leaving. So if I had known that that was an issue, I would have told you that.
Yeah, that would have been good information to know.
So I didn't know that.
Could have got that thing fired up and had it 100 plus degrees.
But to be fair, though, we did have a really good start. Well, right up until when they left, we had a pretty good day. We woke up, Jason and I woke up a little early this morning. Like, just couldn't get back to sleep. And so we were up and rolling at 6.
Really, we were up and rolling before that.
Yeah.
We had breakfast by 6.
No, 7. We had breakfast by 7. But we had a full, biscuits and gravy breakfast, finished eating. And Jason went up to the dump, dropped off a couple of things that we had, and then went ahead and came back. And then Carol and I went and got feed. Came back, and now I'll tell you, I have to brag on Jason and the girls. They have got this moving animals down to a science. We came back, and there were a couple dishes left from breakfast that I had to wash, and so I was going to do that. Well, I went to go do that, and we had no dish soap. So about that time, Jason was like, well, we got to move the cows and the chickens, and I was like, all right. So I came up there, and I'm like, look, we don't have any dish soap, and I have dishes, we're gonna have dishes because I had to bake a cake and do all that stuff. So Jason's like, well, go ahead and go. Now, we have a Dollar General literally 6 minutes from our house. Okay? So I drove 6 minutes up there, let's just say 6 minutes inside, and then 6 minutes back, so 18 minutes. Okay? In that 18 minutes, they had moved the chicken fencing, moved it over, moved the eggmobile, the eggmobile and the fencing over, then had moved the cows completely by the time I got back. So in 18 minutes, they had all of everybody moved. that to me, that's pretty stinking cool. And y'all were all on to the next thing, so it was probably only about 15 minutes that it took them to move both.
Well, really, it was. We probably had it done in about 10 minutes because we stayed around and plotted what we were going to do tomorrow with the cows. Because with the pecan tree that had got blown down in the last storm, we still haven't got in there because with the bees being in there.
Right.
And excuse me. Look, Miss Tori made this coleslaw. That was Green Gables. Where have you been?
Up?
But she made this coleslaw, y'all. That
broccoli slaw.
Mm-hmm. It was completely vegan. She snuck a vegan meal or a vegan dish into my house, and didn't tell me after I was like, that's some.
That was like some of the best coleslaw. She pulled a me. Like how I get people to eat deer and beaver and stuff like that.
She pulled a me. And she brought this vegan dish into my house and like committed all kinds of sins against the carnivores by bringing that dish into my house. But it was really, really, really good. It had a kick to it. It had a little spice.
Which we found out was poblano. It was a poblano pepper. Yeah, they're moving to their new homestead. They've been working on getting their house ready to sell.
Well, that's cool because it seems like I haven't seen Green Gables in like a year.
No, she's been in here a little bit here and there.
And I miss you. But it was actually super good, and I really want to encourage her that if she feels led to and if she wants to, if she's part of the Big Bear Broussard Homestead Weight Loss Challenge Facebook page, to please share this recipe in that Facebook group. It was
very good.
Because it was really, really good.
Poblanos are yummy. I hope so. I've got a slew of them growing right now.
Yes. And so we finished, let me try to put this in the best way that I can. We attempted to harvest all of our peas today, but when Sydney, the naked gardener, is here,
whenever he visits,
look, he'll tell you flat out. He will tell you, "I'm gonna help you in the garden. I'm gonna help you harvest this." Yeah, you know how he's gonna help you? He gonna eat it. It's never gonna reach the bucket.
But you know what? That's cool because that just lets me know that every year I need to plan on at some point Sydney coming to visit.
No, look, no.
And we'll make sure we plant.
Because right now
so
we already got to
some.
plant an extra plant because of Ladessa.
Extra plant, like an extra row.
Plants.
Yeah.
And now I got extra plants. I have to plant for Sydney.
That's why, like, Ladessa and Sydney are like soulmates, like soul friends or whatever, best buds. And then like Carol and Tori are like same soul. And so it's funny.
Aunt Tori now. Carol loves some Aunt Tori. She said, "You're my new aunt." Today, she said that to her today.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. Mm-hmm. So not only did she have a birthday today, she became an aunt today. Probably for like that 100th time. But
I have a pea thief in my house. I have to yell at my son. Fresh peas are delicious. Yes, they are. If they're sweet peas, they're most definitely tasty.
And so we got, about two gallons of peas today.
Yeah.
And somehow I got conned into shucking all of them.
No, what happens is, just like last weekend, when we did this last weekend, we picked them all very early in the morning, and then we sat down on the couch and had breakfast and everything, because we picked them like 7 o'clock in the morning last week. And so we sat down and had breakfast, and after breakfast we were just chilling trying to plan our day, and while we were doing that, I was shelling the peas and getting everything ready then. So today what happened is we all got out there. Tori helped, and that's one thing I absolutely love about Tori and Sydney. Whenever they're here, they're more than willing to help us with anything. Like, they don't
That's
mind.
cute how you included him in that.
Well, what was funny with
Because the only thing he helps when she ain't here is
No.
he eats the food and cuddles with Apollo on the couch. I got picture proof of that one.
I had to laugh because Tori, Jason, and I, and even Ladessa at times, and Carol, we were all like pulling up the plants, getting them because they're starting to die back. And so we're taking the peas off, pulling the plants up. And Sid ate a pound to save you some shelling. So he's sitting over there, and he is legitimately like, he is pulling them down and eating them, pulling them down and eating them.
He's getting all the tall ones because he's like 6'6".
And so Tori comes over and she starts like pulling them off the vine, and she's like, "Where's the bucket that you're putting them in?" And you hear Cindy in the background go, "Oh wait, you're keeping these? I thought we were just eating them all." And we all looked at him like, seriously? It was so funny. Oh, God, it cracked me up so bad.
But in fairness,
Said no man ever. Like, who's gonna eat that many peas?
in fairness, the boy can eat, but in fairness, he did teach us a thing about those garlic things,
The scapes.
escapes. Yeah.
What about them?
About you can eat them. What do you think he's going to teach you? He's going to teach
He
you how to
didn't
eat.
teach us that.
Yeah, he did. He taught
No.
me that. I didn't know.
Well,
about
you
it.
didn't pay attention when Mark was telling you could. You don't remember. Mark told us first.
Oh, Mark did.
Yeah, because he was talking about how they were hard neck and you could take
Yeah, I
them,
remember.
and then remember he was talking about how you could do the seed, and he said that the scapes were a lot more potent than the
I thought
cloves.
that was Sydney.
Mm-mm.
I remember Mark talking about them being the seed.
Yeah, it was both of that. He was telling us both. And he said that you can either eat them or you can save them for the seed, and but that it takes like 2 years to grow
That's
garlic
right. Yeah, I
from the
remember
seed
that.
rather than just 1 year.
Yeah, I remember
Like it
that.
is for the. So yeah, but you know, either way, now it sticks. Now you know you can eat it. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, they're really pretty. We actually have a bed in the front of the house. That Sid said he learned from.
That's how it's going to be. On my live. You know what? I just can't wait for y'all to go live again.
Yes, a friend of mine says you can pickle garlic scapes. Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm. See, he totally threw us off our game now with that rude comment. So, it's June. Unfortunately, the Bayou Bash had to get canceled because of COVID. And so you got really like 2 conferences left.
Mm-hmm.
Homesteading Life and HOA.
Yep.
We will be at both, or at least that's
That's the plan.
That plan right now, unless something happens. You know, Virginia's governor needs to loosen up a little bit in order for
Speaking of Virginia, there, JJL Forge.
HOA to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, HOA may happen. They may have to limit the number of folks that come in
Yeah,
per
they
day.
may just have to do the amount of tickets that.
You know, but that's, and again, I'm assuming I am not on any board with HOA. I don't not make any decisions for the HOA, but so I don't know what Miss Amy or Miss Nunda and them are planning on doing. I know they will do what's in everybody's best interest
And not
in this-
break the law.
and not break the law and do what's
What's
safe
right by everybody.
for everybody.
Right.
They're 2 magnificent, intelligent women that have very good head on their shoulders. So, but Homesteading Life right around the corner in August.
Yep.
Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. I know Dr. Leo is going to be there. I know that now Sydney, don't run off the road because you're getting all kinds of fangirling, but I know the Fit Farmer Mike and his lovely family will be there. We will be there.
Will Jess and Maya be there?
I don't know. I haven't really been able to talk to them that much since I gotten sick.
City Girl wanted to know, how many types of radishes are you growing?
Every kind that Baker Creek has to offer. I think we pretty much got at least one.
The one I'm excited about is the wasabi.
Yes.
Wasabi radishes. We're growing those. No, we're not growing every single type. And the reason why is because
yes, we are.
No, we're not.
We're gonna.
Well, we will, but
by the time the season's over, yeah.
Right now we're not. Right now we're growing the ones that we absolutely love. So I went and handpicked through all of the radishes that we have. We have 9 different squares or 10 different squares of 9 sets of radishes in each. And I'm pretty sure the French breakfast.
Those are so good.
Yeah, the French breakfast. If you haven't grown French breakfast radishes, you really need to. They're really cool because they grow long. And they're still like, I don't know, the thickness of maybe a nickel, right? Or the roundness, the width of a nickel. But they get they'll grow over 6 inches long if you let them. I had a full bed that I just took the seed and did my lines like I do, right? And
how they go again?
I just toss them in lines. And what Jason would do is he would thin them out and he'd eat the smaller ones. And then he did have a bunch that he was eating, and then he pulled them all. Well, he missed a few. And by a few, I mean probably 20. And eventually
I think Dessa went back out and reseeded.
I don't think so. I think what happened
there's no way I've missed 20 radishes in a 3x3 raised bed.
Telling you. And they were growing off the side, so I don't know if they fell down in and you couldn't see them all.
I wonder if they were just real tiny when
That's what I'm thinking.
The top came off.
It could have been. But whatever the case, all of a sudden we're walking by the bed and you see these, the radishes literally start growing out of the ground. And,
I bet that's what happened.
And so all of a sudden we had 15 or 20 more of these radishes. So we are certainly growing more of those because we really like those.
And they are phenomenal roasted, and they're only 1 calorie a piece. One radish is 1 stinking calorie. Radishes are like broccoli. You burn more calories eating it than you're taking in.
They're really good. But so we've done the French breakfast we really like. And then all of your regular red radishes, we've done the purple, the Malagas and, hold on just a second. The Malagas, and we got the wasabis in. We've done the black Spanish round and the long black Spanish.
I did not like the long black Spanish that much.
I didn't either.
And I know I may lose my Fraggle card for that because I don't like a radish, and maybe we need to try them in the winter, but they did not.
They weren't very.
They were
good.
super spicy.
Yeah, very almost bitter. But the roasted, when you roast them, they're phenomenal.
What is she talking about?
So then, so today we've got all those peas out, pulled all the peas out of the garden. I went and pruned a few of the tomato plants. So I took some of those suckers and put them in the ground, watered them in. We'll see if they catch. Planted more pepper plants. Tomorrow's a busy day. We're going to have to stake up all the tomatoes.
I just want to tell you, again, I know I told you this the other day, but I am extremely proud of you. For you have literally, since the day that you tackled me in that video, you have really taken charge of the garden, and you have done a phenomenal job. Now, I mean, I do get a little jealous because every time I turn around, your face is in your phone, and you're looking up about this with square foot gardening or companion planting, and you're doing all your homework, even though I'm over there trying to be like, hey, baby, and you're not paying me no mind. I'm over there doing my worst Magic Mike impression. And
I'll tell you, so what Jason's talking about, there's an app. Well, hello, look what the cat drug in. Hello, Suburban.
I knew a person named Suburban Hillbilly one time.
Yeah?
Yeah. She used to give me a lot of crap.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like she just...
Like you were her brother or something.
I know.
Like,
and we met one time at the DeKalb Farmers Market, and we walked around together and fellowshipped and had a really good time visiting. The first time ever meeting face.
And she ghosted you.
And then it was like, poof, ghost.
I imagine Suburban's pretty busy too, because even though she doesn't put out any videos, she does have a pretty extensive garden usually, so she's probably very busy doing that. Is Jason saying Robin could outgrow him? I remember a challenge from before.
and I'm gonna reiterate about troublemakers on the channel. About how we just really don't appreciate that, and you're not really welcomed if you're just here to just stir up trouble.
But that's a good call. No, but so the one thing I'm really excited about now that we've cleared out the peas, my bean patch.
Holy shnikes. Like, you are growing, like, to the point where Sydney thought they were fava beans. That's how fat you got some of those beans in there. And they're just a regular, they're that, what
flat bean.
They're just a regular old flat
Italian
bean.
flat bean.
Now, when are you going to take a swing at the cowpeas?
There's some in there.
Really?
Towards the end, like if you're looking at the bed, they're over on this side. But I'm gonna thank you for letting me know.
That was. Did you go my way, or did you follow?
It's about an hour and a half. They left at about 7. But I do want to do cowpeas. Quite a few of those.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at it, just came in and gonna.
Hey, I'm here to stir up trouble. I know, right?
Kick a hornet's nest.
It's like she's got a little button that just comes in and says hello.
No. I'm not worried about her stirring up trouble unless she's got all 3 pair of glasses on at the one.
Well, I mean, she broke her foot, so she slowed down a little. Oh, you didn't read the group text. Ooh, mama.
No, I did not read the group text. I didn't get a group text.
A group Facebook. Oh! He doesn't have Messenger on his phone anymore, Mom. So he probably didn't even see it. I'm more than doubling the size of my garden this year. Yeah, that's probably...
Good
Sid said he'll never go your way.
Well, then don't be bringing gloves to my house.
Did you grow the ones I sent last year? No, they're getting ready to go in my second... So what I was getting ready to say is, so I separated my pole beans from my bush beans.
Hold up. You can't drop a bomb that Mama Donna broke her foot.
She even put it on Facebook for everybody to see.
I have not been on Facebook.
Yes, she broke her foot. She bumped it up on the bed, and she heard it crack and everything.
Okay, don't want to know anymore.
That's it.
Don't want to know anymore.
No, not like that.
Don't want to know anymore.
Well, yeah, Nathan, we know you're here to stir the pot. Something
You're a troll.
bit the crap out of me.
Oh, yeah, it did. Right there. Right there. Is this still swole from what I got?
Yep. But anyway, I separated out my bush beans and my pole beans, and I put the bush beans in where I was already growing peas, and then I was waiting for another bed to clear up so that I could then put the pole beans in. So I did that.
Homesteading, what's up?
But I'm having a hard time with my pole beans. Like I think I planted like 19 different varieties, and I think maybe like 6 of them have popped up. So I've got to throw in some more beans.
Now remember, hold on, slow your roll. Remember last year we had this issue, especially with the Old Kentucky Homestead pole beans. It seemed like it took them forever. And then the next thing you know, it was like overnight, they were up over the trellis.
Well, no, but they're not even popping them out of the ground.
Right.
And we've had like a couple of good rains. I watered them in. I even let them soak overnight before I put them in the ground. So like
So what you're saying is you broke the seed.
Probably. But Cattywampus, what's up?
Sid probably. Wow, there goes the neighborhood.
So.
Okay, so that has to be Lauren, not Jason typing.
Why?
Because they put your name first.
So, yeah, so I've got some of my pole beans up, but I don't have all of them. And so basically what I was waiting for was to rip out the peas and start another round of pole beans, because we have a ton of pole beans that we want to grow.
So, Cattywampus, can we...
just finished moving the piglets.
Well, I guess so. I was just going to ask if we could...
She probably posted on Instagram.
Cattywampus is the proud parents of some piglets. The pigs that they got.
I feel like grandparents.
Are we grandparents? Does that make us grandparents?
Probably not. I don't think so.
Grand pig parents?
I don't know. I have planted beans twice this year, and some are finally coming up. Because Robin's number one.
I mean, what is that? Did we put an advertisement out for the crazies to come? Because now Tim Beverly is here.
I like Tim Beverly.
I will say, thumbs up to Tim Beverly. I did catch this post last week or the week before. He posted an updated picture from all of the weight that he has lost.
Oh, really?
Wow. Good job, dude.
I haven't seen that.
He dropped a bunch of weight. And
well,
good.
I
mean, and I don't mean this in a bad way, and it's going to sound funny, but now, because he is a broad-shouldered dude.
Yeah.
Right? But you're used to seeing him a heavy broad-shouldered dude. But now he's like a skinny broad-shouldered dude, so now he has like this big, long giraffe neck and this dome.
We're putting in sweet potatoes this week. I hope you're an advertisement for Crazy Jason. I have about 300 bush bean plants blooming and growing beans. Whoa, you are going to be one busy woman. I've got, let's see.
You know what's funny about that?
I have 9.
You know what's funny about that? That's coming from a guy who puts on a wig.
I have 9.
And runs up and down his driveway carrying the American flag.
Times 10. Times 20. I have 180. I have 180 plants in that bed.
180 beans?
180 bean plants. Because there's 9 in each square. And there are 10 squares, 10 squares. So there's 20 squares in there. Yeah, there is 180 plants in there.
There's no reason for beans to go into the big garden then.
No, I'm going to do them all here in the front. I still got more to plant, baby. I'm going to do a whole nother round of 180 plants. That coming from a hobbit. Let me tell you, I am encouraging you guys. If you have not, see, that's Lauren. And I love that wigged man. I hope so. Somebody has to.
Somebody has to.
No, I love him too. Not that way, but we love him.
He grabbed that American flag, started running down the driveway because he wanted to think.
Know what it felt like.
It felt like to be a Marine. It's not quite that.
I planted half almost 2 months apart. Gotcha. Yeah. So that's a good way to do it. So that's pretty much what I've done. I did 180. 9 bush beans per square foot. Yes, ma'am. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't believe it. But, though, there are several benefits to doing it that way.
I mean, these beans that are, so you're talking about them purple beans out there. The ones that Cindy thought that they were.
Yeah. There's 9 plants per square.
Beans.
There's 3, 3, and 3 in a square.
That's. Wow. And these beans are not suffering at all. I mean,
no.
They are.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So the benefits to this, and I'll tell you, here's the thing.
You should go pick a couple and let these people see the size of these beans.
Let me finish what I'm saying, and then I will.
But I mean, we're going to be running out of time.
No, we won't. So, keep arguing.
I will.
So the thing is that by doing the 9, when I saw that, I wasn't really sure of it either. So I went to somebody who I know that has been growing stuff for a while, that I talk to quite frequently, pretty much daily. And I didn't really go to her. What happened is that we were talking about it, and I said, I'm getting ready to do bush beans. And she was like, yeah. And I said, I'm going to try something with square foot gardening. And it's saying that I can put 9 in a square. She's like, absolutely you can. And I was like, really? She's like, 4 inches apart. Yeah, you can. And I was like, oh. So I did. And I put them 4 inches apart. Did my little, I've got this nifty little tool. I did those. And the benefits that I'm noticing right away. 1, grass seed doesn't have a chance to get over the canopy of the beans, so they don't, like, if anything blows by and tries to get in, it doesn't get into your bed.
So no drive-by seeding.
2, if it does get through somehow, the sun doesn't get through the canopy, and the sun doesn't allow it to germinate and grow. So that's 2. 3, you would think that with them being that close together that bugs would have a heyday with it. Not the case. Not seeing hardly any bugs at all. The only thing I had a problem with early on, I have 1 or 2 plants that have some kind of like fungus or something on the leaves. And that was because of all the rain, cold, warm temperatures and stuff that we had. And so that caused...
Say what now? You said cheese. What? Do you know? Did they not teach you how to count in the Marines?
I know Sydney not trying to bust my chops about counting when there was multiple times that he was trying to look something up today online and his wife was like, you didn't spell that right.
Like you could say anything about spelling.
I can, because ain't nobody correcting me today about my spelling.
Okay. The beans hug each other. Yeah, so they like, it just kind of, it works really well. Now, the only thing, though, is that it's so dense. It's a jungle. It's a bean jungle. And so when you're going to harvest, you have to be kind of gentle, because when you go to pull stuff back, you can obviously knock flowers off of other, so that's the only thing that I have found so far that's been a little challenging, is when it's time to harvest, like, you have to kind of... So you want me to go get some beans?
Go get some of those beans.
I'll go get some beans.
Go get some of those beans. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Ooh, it is weird looking at me.
Okay, y'all. July 21st is Robin's birthday. I want to plan a big birthday party here, and I want to invite everybody. I'm going to have to try to do something like this every week to get her to disappear for a few minutes, so that way I can talk to you guys about it. So please don't say anything in the chat right now. If you think you might be able to come, it's going to be the weekend, whatever weekend is right around July 21st. It may be before, it may be after, but I want to do a big kind of thing. I want to smoke some of our chickens, maybe throw some more ribs on the smoker, and just do a nice little cookout, and come and we'll do get some cake. Y'all can bring presents and stuff if you want, but if you think that might be something you might be able to try to make, just hit me with a thumbs up in the chat. Don't say anything, just a thumbs up, and then I'm going to start planning it, and every week now I'm going to have to try to find a way to make her disappear, so that way we can talk about it, and then it's going to be a surprise party, so I'm going to try to somehow get her to leave, so that way everybody can show up, and then everybody will be like, surprise. So, but I'm definitely going to need a head count as we get closer. It's the weekend of July 21st. Let me pull that calendar up real quick. Let me see if I can. So it would be the 18th, y'all, the 18th. Okay, so she got the beans. Got the beans. Wow. Well, show your beans, honey. That did not sound right.
So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 different ones here. These are tongues of fire. You can barely see the red, but I bet if you open it up,
The Homestead.
the beans you can probably see on the inside are probably pretty cool. These purple ones are my absolute favorites. These are purple pod or purple bush beans. Kalimas, anybody who's ever asked me my opinion on green beans.
They're just green.
Anybody who's ever asked me about the best snap bean to grow, I will tell you without a doubt, I love Kalimas. And the reason I love Kalimas is because they are prolific. They're pretty drought tolerant. They are disease resistant, fungus resistant, just really good. That is Dragon's Tongue.
Love these beans.
Dragon's Tongue. That's another purple TP, I think. Purple TP pod. And then that one's a red, like red swan or red something. But anyway, they're all different colors, different types.
Okay, so let me go ahead and just throw this down like this. Please tell everybody why you are insistent this year of all these different black carrots, orange carrots, purple beans, dragon's tongue bean, green beans, white beans, purple beans.
Oh, which reminds me, somebody said, somebody was saying that they saw, it was Josh said that he saw the pictures of the Instagram of the orange eggplant.
Eggplant, yeah.
So that's another one. So my thing is, I love seeing color in the garden. I don't think that things should just be, I think that gardening should be fun. And I think that having different colors and different textures.
They can be both.
Right. It doesn't just have to be food. Like, it can be beautiful food. And so my whole thing is, don't tell me that an eggplant's only supposed to be purple. If I can grow an orange one, why not? Why not do it?
There's also different. Now, you also learned through all of your research, because I remember you sharing this with me, that there are different.
Okay.
There are different.
So the purple ones, right? So the purple ones, I want to grow a lot of purple stuff
Because it's your favorite color.
No. Yes, but no.
Because it reminds you of Blaze when he was 5 and he looked at the preacher and went poo poo.
No, that was pretty funny though. No, I don't know if you knew this, but any fruit, vegetable that has the dark purple color, like eggplant, even blueberries, but like dark purple carrots, dark purple green beans.
So what you're saying is you want deep purple?
So the reason for that is that the foods that have that color are rich in antioxidants. And
I don't have an auntie that's an ox.
I want to say, yes, anthocyanins is what it is. So they're rich in anthocyanins, and that is an antioxidant. So it fights against the free radicals that get inside your body from outside.
From people from Texas?
Things. So like
Gyppies.
No. Anyway, so anything like that is really, really good for your body anyway. So anytime you have the opportunity to grow purple radishes, purple carrots.
Those purple carrots this year were good. Foot should be foot.
Should be That's funny. That was an interesting little. Food should be eye appealing to make you want to eat them. True. And like this one even looks almost blue. Like it's pretty cool. The only bummer to a bunch of these green beans with all these colors is once you cook them, they go back to being green. So
are you cooking the antioxidants out?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I mean, can you cook an antiox?
An antiox? No.
Can you cook an antiox right out of there?
I don't know. But the other cool thing is they're just beautiful. I mean, having all of these different, being able to pull, I mean, that's just a beautiful, just looking at these, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, it was very different to be able to look over in the garden, and we probably should have took a picture before Sydney ate them all. To see the purple snap peas dangling from the trellis.
I've got a picture of that somewhere.
Oh, okay. That was real. That was something different in the garden. It gives it a different look.
It tastes a little bit different.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Anyway.
A
They'll
good
stay
difference.
purple if you steam them or air fry them. Okay. So, when we can them, like even the pretty Borletto beans, which that's one I need to get seed. Some of our seed.
I am not getting... It seems like... And you're losing badly. But it seems like you're in this race with Mama Donna about canning all the stuff. And she's kicking your butt right now.
No, I'm not trying to even compete with her. That's all she's home all day.
She's a canning
capable,
fool.
right? She's capable of doing that. I just don't have.
I
the
have
time.
to call and check in with the professor every other day to make sure she didn't can him.
Yeah, I know that the dragon tongues lose their color when they're cooked, and so do the Borlettos. Any of the flat Italian beans that are pretty, most will retain their color if blanched first. Huh? I'll have to try that.
Look, let me tell you something. There is the Cattywampus is on fire with their garden too.
Mm-hmm.
They have a huge garden this year.
Yeah.
Like when I know they're both at work, I'm probably gonna ride up there and steal from their garden.
That's not smart.
Why? They'll just see me on camera. I'll put on a blonde wig, carry an American flag.
You cannot compete with Donna. I'm not competing with Donna. There's no reason for that. She has... No, you do have a life, but your life revolves around being able to help support, you know, your husband, your family. Like, you do a lot to help provide food for the families.
Well, you figure that she's canning for what?
Right.
Basically 4 families.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't fit in the jars. We still have so much space. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure, but the thing I'm running into right now is I planted all of my tomatoes.
It seems like everybody's having a decent garden year this year, which is really, really positive and much needed.
Well, here we are. We're in the first week in June, and we're just now starting to get hot. Last year, like May...
We were hot coming back from the shindig because that's why I left all of those swarm traps.
Yeah, I mean, April into May, we were hot. And so the thing... I was just going to say that, Steve. Dollar General, I noticed that today. Dollar General still had a lot of canning stuff. Our local Walmart still had a lot of canning stuff. Mine's only like 2,500 square feet this year. That's still pretty good. Cherries are getting ripe. I'll tell you, our tomatoes...
Our peach tree is loaded down to the point where I have had to start to go out there and prune.
Yeah, I'm mad at you for that.
Or thin out some... Well, then they won't grow.
I know. I'm still mad at you.
It's all right. You can be mad at me. Turkeys love me for it because I toss it over there to them. But when you have a cluster of 3 or 4, you've got to take
they can't.
some of those away so that way it can grow and it helps take some of the weight off of the branch.
Yeah.
Like we may have to... that branch may not be strong enough. I may have to put a pole up and help support it.
Yeah, starting January 1 of 2020, this year so far, even though it's been a crap storm with everything else, as far as gardening goes, if you had stuff in the ground this past winter and then, have doubled back now and started your spring into your summer garden, weather's been pretty good, at least for us.
Yeah.
So I've been eating your peach jam, delicious. Good.
I still honestly believe with all my heart, the guy that was trying to interpret the Mayan calendar
was dyslexic.
And I think next year the world is going to come to an end.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's my prediction. Then if not, then I'll predict again later on, like all the other,
like everybody else,
like all the other Nostradamus wannabes.
Looks like this year is going to be a bumper fig year. It means I need to bring a bucket. Come visit.
Well, we have a delivery we have to make.
That's true. So we just have to come get figs.
We'll have to time it. Because you want the figs. There's something else I want.
Anyway, I want Julie's home cooking.
Yes. Julie's tacos.
Tacos. I'm planning my fall garden and working on getting my pumpkin patch ready. We're going to do that July. So end of this month, beginning of next month.
I always get nervous with pumpkins with us.
I don't know why you're nervous. I'm killing it this year. We're going to have some good pumpkins this year. And watermelons. I'm going to plant some watermelons and some cantaloupes. You have to thin the fruit. If you don't, you'll end up with a bunch of walnut-sized peaches and no big juicy ones. I know. Wow. Pint jars a case for $5.50. Good find, Brenda. That's awesome.
And so, as I don't know if any of y'all noticed, but we got 2 videos out this week. We did one on saving the sugar snap peas for seed. We put that out late Friday afternoon. It was about 8:30. If you haven't seen that one, go back and check it out. Because that's going to be basically kind of helped kickstart a new playlist that we're going to be doing here on our channel. And our goal now is to put out 3 videos a week. 3 videos a week. We're going to be shooting for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now, of course, audibles can happen because, yesterday, Han, that's one of the reasons why the video got out so late, is Han decided that he was tired of being in that big old pig pen by himself, and so he just went right through the pallet wall.
I wanted to come visit you and Ladeza.
Yep, he just picked it straight up.
Yep.
Moved it out of the way.
Yep.
He snapped some of the old 3x3s that were there.
Now, to be fair,
they've been there a while.
And Han is probably pushing 750 pounds.
No, he's over 750.
He is huge. Massive.
And I will say this. I honestly think that he is one of the better pigs that I have raised.
Yes.
He has great muscle definition.
Yes.
He has a great temperament.
And he was a trade.
Yeah.
He was a trade. There's a guy here locally, and we had ours. We needed to clean out bloodline a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so we traded him.
We traded him for a trio.
Our girl for a breeding trio.
No, he got Henry. He got Big Henry.
He did get Henry. That's right. So he wanted different breeding stock as well.
And so he wanted our big boar, our big Yorkshire boar, Big Henry.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got, for Big Henry, we got 3 pigs. We got 2 females.
And they were young. They were not piglets, not quite wieners, but they were a little bit older than that. I got 6 new chickens this year. Last night was their first night out in their pen. This morning they were gone.
That bites. Okay, when you looked around your pen, did you see any feathers? Did you have? If you're saying they're gone, that means they didn't have any. You didn't see any carcasses. I'm assuming, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And look, this is about the time of year, y'all,
Starts getting real for the
that it
predators.
starts getting real with predators.
Yeah.
And you don't have to take my word for it, but the coon cuff, ask Professor and Mama Old Ways how well those work. They purchased a couple of them from us a year or two ago, and now they just backed it up and purchased more to take over to their...
Which, Mama, those went out like Thursday, I think, so they'll be there soon.
The day that they came, the postman finally came down the driveway to pick them up.
Yeah.
Messaged the professor.
Good.
I mean, that was only
We were
sitting
having
out
a
there
hell
for
of a
like
time
3
with
days.
that, yeah.
Sitting out there 3 days for him to come down 150 feet. But that's another soapbox to stand on. But they pretty much, Professor got them, put his anchoring system on them, set them, and started wearing the coons and possums out around his...
Raccoons got all my ducks. Ugh.
The coon cuff is the answer.
And I'm telling you, if you have a homestead and you're raising birds...
And you don't have coon
you should
cuffs.
have some. Got the new ones today. The old ones are great. Good.
Now, I did let the new ones to try to give you a jump start. I did let them sit outside in a couple of storms so that way they could start to develop rust.
Yeah.
In case you wanted to dye them or paint them. So
Yes.
they should be, all the grease and everything should be off of them, and they should be ready to be painted white or whatever color that you guys wanted to do.
Mark said they're all gone. No feathers.
Okay, then that kind of narrows it down for us. That is either a canine, a big cat, or an owl. Now, if they had protection from above where an owl could not get to them, then you are probably looking at a couple. I'm probably going to lean more towards a couple of canines. Because 6 birds gone in one night. And I would do if you haven't, I would walk in a circle.
Oh, yeah. A raccoon will go after poultry in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I would start walking in a circle, and I'd go further and further out. Because if it's a canine, he's going to snatch it. He's going to take it 50, 75, maybe even 100 yards. And then he's going to put it down, and he's going to start pulling feathers.
Yeah.
And he's going to start to eat it.
Or they got out and they're hiding somewhere.
Yeah, that could be, but they would have shown up sooner. He would have seen them sometime today.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with, like, what I was going to say is with it being their first night in their pen, sometimes they're not oriented. But, like, with us, we've had a couple times where, like, the Millie Fleurs got out, and we just left them be, and, like, by midday, they come back to their coop because they associate that with how they get fed.
Yeah.
But with it being their first day out in the coop, will the possum go after the birds or just the eggs?
Both.
Yep.
Possum will go after, and how you know it was a raccoon or a possum is the head will be gone, then all of the feathers, and it will be nothing but the meat down on the neck, and the breasts will be exposed a little bit. But then if you look down, that hole right there between their neck and their breasts, that'll be open, and all the entrails will be gone. They'll literally just start reaching in there and eating the organs and stuff.
Yeah, Samson. I just lost all my birds except 1 new chick and 3 meat chicks.
Yeah.
Something killed 6 of our adult chickens, including a big rooster, and didn't eat them, just left them in the yard.
You have a weasel.
I like the coon cuffs so much we started buying them and giving them as gifts to friends who have birds. Yeah, that's true.
Rustic traditions, you have a weasel. Start looking around the neck area of your bird. You should see a couple of puncture marks where it looks like something bit it. And what the weasel does is he's like a vampire. He's also, I call him the Italian hitman of the predator world. He kills just to kill. But you will see some type of puncture mark, some type of bite mark along the neck area, and he will just drink the blood and then let it to die. But he kills for the thrill of the kill.
The kill.
What did Mark say right there?
I walked my whole yard. I stand 2 spots where it looks like they have some small cats out in our yard where it looks like they dug into, but I don't know if they drug them off or what. I don't think we have weasels here.
Where do you live?
I think they're in Florida. Is that what she said? Gonna look it up though.
Because weasels are just about everywhere. And if you're in Florida, to be honest with you, all bets are off with the wildlife problems that the state of Florida is having with people bringing in exotic animals and then can't handle them and turning them loose.
Yeah, you have no idea what could be.
You have no idea what it could be in Florida. I mean, I could make a 6-figure living going down to Florida just catching pythons.
Snakes, yeah.
So, but this is the time of year because you're in the in-between season because you figure a lot of your blackberries and your dewberries and stuff have started to ripe or have ripened, and they've probably been picked clean. So now it's time to try to find, but all of your bigger fruits, your apples, your peaches, your plums and stuff,
They're not quite ripe yet.
They're not ready to go yet. The acorns and stuff are on the trees, and
yeah, Florida. Apparently we have small weasels, but I've never seen one. Yeah, I'm waiting to find a python in the coop. And gators.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm betting it's a weasel. And you probably won't ever see them. Most weasels are small anyway.
We actually saw one running the other day across the road. Ladessa and I were like, not a squirrel.
Here?
Not here, but like, I think it was out when we were going to go get feed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was out close to where
What's up, Mr. Windswept?
we're having a number of big gators here this year. Whew.
Mr. Windswept, I do need to speak to you probably, let's shoot for Monday.
Daddy, mommy's tired.
But yeah, I do have Rustic Traditions. I do in my Predator Control and the Homestead series. On that playlist, I do have a video about building a weasel box.
Yeah.
It's very simple. You can do it. I would put it out there and bait it with. You could literally go if you've got the lumber at the house right now. You could build it out of scrap lumber. You could probably build it in about an hour.
Yeah, it's not very difficult.
And then take some of those chicken carcasses and put it in the back of it, or take a chunk of it, put it in the back of it.
Yeah.
And then you might have him in the morning.
I gotta get some game cameras. Yeah. So, real quick, 2 things before we get out of here. We sent out the email for the name contest for the cow.
And we have
calf.
a winner.
And we only got about maybe 10 or so emails back. I was a little disappointed in that, but that's okay. And we had quite a few really creative names. But one that stood out that Jason and I just absolutely loved.
Well, I mean, we may have got 10 emails, but like 5 of them were from Sampson's farm with him using different email addresses.
No, he only used 2. But I think one really was his wife. Wow, a picture of a gator that almost reached from the center line all the way across to the shoulder. That's a big gator. So we had a bunch of submissions, and the one that we went with that we liked the most came from Michelle Dean.
Is she even in here tonight?
I don't. If she is, she's under her channel name. I'm not sure. I just have an email that says, I sent it out last week, y'all, like Monday. a lot of people need to check their
spam.
Even though we use MailChimp and it's not supposed to go to your spam. My cousin, I asked her, I said, hey, I haven't gotten your, because she made it a point to ask me to put her on the email list so that she could submit a name, and I never got an email from her. I was like, hey, haven't gotten anything. Oh, hidden within myself. There you go. But we sent the email out, I think it was on Monday.
Last Monday.
This past Monday, yeah. And so we went with, sorry, I forgot to add my channel name. Yeah, I know some people's names, but hers was literally, her email address is literally has her name in it. So that's all I knew. But anyway, we're going, I'm sure we're going to have another calf to be able to do this again with, because we're pretty sure Delma is with calf. So we'll do it again when Delma's here. So everybody just kind of keep an eye on your...
Well, we've got our 20K giveaway competition.
Oh, yeah, we do have that too. If you use Gmail, it doesn't go to your primary box. It goes to the social folder. Okay, so there's another thing. If it's a Gmail account, that could be an issue as well. So anyway, we went with Hidden Within Myself with her recommendation. And it's going to sound like right away you're going to kind of be like... Because when I told Jason, I was like, so I think I'm going to go with this name. But then when I explained to him... It was he was like, oh, that's the perfect one. So she suggested...
What's up, Jason? Thanks for coming by.
She suggested the name Duke.
Duke.
Now, right away, Duke is just...
Duke.
Right?
Duke.
But...
Duke of Earl.
What's her mom's name? Or his mom's name?
Daisy.
So we got Daisy
Dukes.
We really liked that. So... That was, like, as soon as I read it, I was like, that's the one we're going with.
Yeah. Now, there was some good ones. Like, your cousin put,
we had, like, maple, and there was, even though we were playing on the 420 thing, red bud, and there was a lot. Maple was one that stuck in my head again. There was a lot of them. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, but it was like Ruix or Roix.
Oh! Yeah, so my cousin, that was the other one that made me kind of like giggle. She wanted to call it Gumbo Roo.
GDP!
She wanted to call it Gumbo Roo. And the reason why, she is from Louisiana. And she said that calf is the perfect color. When you have a perfect Gumbo Roo, that's the color that it is. So I really liked that. I just didn't know, like, we would have probably had to just call him Roo. And we already have a Bo spelled like
I thought we were changing his name.
I don't know.
To Parkour.
So we call him, his name is Bo, but we have officially, whenever we're referring to him, we don't call him Bo. He is always Ninja Cow.
Ninja Cow.
Because he always gets out. Like, if he wants to get out, electric fencing be darned.
I watched him run towards the smart fence, flatten out and twist, where he got between both strands of the wire.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Okay. But yeah, he is most definitely a parkour kind of calf. He likes to run up to the side of the pallet fence, and he gets his hooves up and like jumps over. It's almost like he's pole vaulting. Like, it's crazy. We love Bo. I mean, I like the name. It's cute, but it doesn't fit his personality at this point. Like, at this point, he is most definitely Ninja Cow. Even though he's not a cow, he's Ninja Steer or Ninja Bull, whatever you want to call him. But Ninja
no nuts.
So we will be calling, from this moment forward, we will be calling Daisy's young calf, we will be calling him Duke. So that is Duke. Now Now, to segue into, we were just talking about 420. You like
Well,
that?
what does she win?
I don't know. We hadn't really talked about that. We'll figure something out for her.
So hidden within myself.
Besides the the idea that she got to name the calf.
Yes. So hidden within myself,
We'll
send us an
something out.
email with what address you want us to send your winnings to, and it will be a surprise. And you're more than welcome to do a video on it to let everybody know what your surprise is. But it's going to be a surprise gift.
And we are approaching. We did hit our 20.
Okay.
So we are going to do a 20K giveaway. Be looking for that email. I'm probably going to drop that one on Monday. Once I get a couple of things ironed out, I'm going to probably do...
So if you have not received an email by Wednesday for the 20K giveaway and you know you submitted your stuff to be on the email list, please
reach out to us. Yeah.
Please send us an email or reach out to us in the Big Bear Homestead group. Send us a private message.
I would say the best way to do that is if you sent in an email address to us and you did not get the email about the name contest, resubmit an email to us.
Yes.
That's going to be the best way to do it. Quick question. What 2 colors do you like, Jason?
What?
Purple and green.
Purple and green.
Besides purple, what other color do you like? We both like purple and green. We're pretty easy that way. But I like any of the colors
easy.
that you saw that are in our raised beds. Like anything in that palette is what I like. I like those colors, those types of colors.
Paul in the house.
So, and then the other thing we wanted to talk about, so it's no secret, Jason had been sick. They're the same emails, Cecilia, so you have to be getting, we sent one out, the last email, I think it was called, like, the moment you've been waiting for, or something like that. Now, okay, real quick. Cecilia, are you talking about an email from YouTube or are you talking about an email from us? Because there's a difference. YouTube may send an email out for a notification, but I'm talking about we send out something that comes from us through MailChimp that you should get for the emails for the videos and the contest. So, but anyway, now everybody knows a couple weeks ago Jason was sick. His sickness started out with overall just pain. And it kind of coincided with the weather was kind of yucky, so we thought it might have been the pressure because normally that kind of works against Jason. So we thought that he was just having some horrible joint pain. So I recently have been contacted.
Thank you, Mama.
One of Jason's old customers from when he did the post office. She has a farm, and they decided last year to start growing hemp to make CBD oil. And it was a long process for them last year to kind of get all the bumps and bruises out of the way and figure everything out. And so they started selling their oil this year. And she wanted to reach out to me and see if we wanted to try it. Because
Pine Meadows Hobby Farm, how you doing?
She knows that Jason has a lot of the same back pain issues that she does. And it started working really well for her. And so she was like, you need to try this and just see how it works. So when he started having all of this pain, I said, look, let me give you some of this oil and let's see if it helps.
You're so cute.
What?
Like you actually were like that polite.
I was.
No, you weren't.
I'm like, open your mouth. No.
You were like, baby. Because you would wake me up, baby. BAM!
Well, To be fair, it was a little medicine dropper. So it was like, all I had to do was crack open the side of your mouth and just shoot it in there. But what it did do...
It burns when it comes out your nose because somebody just tries to drown you with it.
So, it worked really well. It would knock out his pain, but the side problem with it is that it's an anti-inflammatory, right? Mm-hmm. So what it also did was take his fever down. So we kind of had an issue with his fever not being up to where it was his body was fighting, so we had this...
She made me be sick longer.
No. So basically, all I'm saying is, ever since then, the other thing that we've also been doing is she has it in different strengths. And so, like, no different than, like, if you take a 200 ibuprofen versus an 800 ibuprofen, right? Same stuff, just different amounts. So we started using the 250 milligram oil topically. So I would take it and put just some regular lotion and put a few of the drops or a drop or full, whatever, of that into that lotion, rub it together, and then put it on your back. And topically, it worked really well too.
Yes. I can get down with it topically. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was because I was sick and my illness was GI related. Mm-hmm. But, and again, I don't know if it's because you was catching me off guard and drowning me with it.
Oh my God.
But taking it internally, orally, it did seem to agitate my heartburn.
Yeah. And another thing with that is that wasn't that the orange? It tasted like orange. So it could have been the orange oil in it as well.
It might have been.
So it might not be the CBD oil itself. It might be the orange, because she puts orange oil in there kind of for like a flavor, just so that it, and that may be what it was. So we're going to try it again. We might try it tonight just to see if it does, because you're not having, well, no, you are having some issues still with your GI stuff. So we may just wait. So anyway, so the CBD oil has really been helpful. I noticed that Broussard put on there a joke about the munchies. CBD does not have, it has a very trace amount of THC in it. So it really doesn't do that at all. There's no, it's more of a relaxing. It helps him sleep better. So that worked. They make a rub. Well, that's so I'm segueing into what we're going to start trying to do is I have started making some plantain oil.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jason.
Some calendula oil. And I'm going to make a salve because Jason really likes his CBD salve that he got from Doc. And we're going to see if we can make that work for topically for your hands, for your knees, your legs, that kind of thing. So hopefully that will work. Yeah. Steve uses frankincense and peppermint for bursitis. Will you use it in soap? No. And I'm going to tell you why. CBD oil is effective, and I'm going to make a joke here, because of contact. It has to actually absorb into your skin. And the thing with the soap is that the soap doesn't really stay on your skin long enough for it to really get into your skin to be effective.
It bothers me that you get your own jokes when it's drug related. But you made an absolutely hilarious joke at the table.
I didn't think it was that funny. But I didn't think it was that funny.
You still didn't understand it.
But I did, Cattywampus, I did think about doing that. And then I started doing some research on it. And I found that the more effective way for dosage is through a salve or a lotion, something like that, where it's going to be absorbed into the skin rather than just put on the skin and washed off the skin. So that's what I'm gonna do. How is the milking stand? It's completed. It's empty. It's completed.
It's done.
Just gotta figure that out. I have to go. My phone is dying. Okay, we love you, Broussard.
We are having issues with our milking machine. Trying to get the pulsator to work. I had to change the oil in the machine, and which I'll probably end up doing tomorrow. And then we're going to play with it some more to see if we can get it to pulsate. Once we get it to pulsate, then it's going to be taking Duke away from
Daisy Duke,
and getting her in there and getting a good halter on her. Eventually want to get her and Calf Pal both in there so I can put halters on both of them anyway. And because the very first time we tried to put Daisy in there, her head would not fit because of her horns. So we had to take it apart a little bit and adjust the moving arm so that way it was open wider. And so we will see now. Hopefully she'll fit. It's just one of those that it has not really been unfortunately, how do you say it, high up on the priority list. I mean, it's high up on the priority list, but then I got sick, so I kind of pushed it back down, and I really don't feel like fighting with a cow because I'm still not at 100% yet.
Yeah. And because that's going to fall on Jason most of the time, so he has to be ready for it, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder if it would work in a lotion bar. I've never made lotion bars, so I don't know. But the concept is that in order for it to be effective, it has to be absorbed by the skin or by the blood. You know, it has to be absorbed. And so soap is really kind of just washing it away. It's not effective. So that's why I started, like, for instance, with Jason, just trying it to see if it worked. We just took regular Suave lotion, whatever lotion, and just put it in the lotion itself. And it, I am pretty sure she can, Mama Z. If you let me know, I can probably, like, message her, but I did ask her, and I'm pretty sure she can ship anywhere in the U.S. But I can give you her contact information. We can find out for certain, but I'm pretty sure she can. But she has her website's pretty plain Jane, because it's just about, you know, just whether you want to get whatever size. You know, I think they have 1 ounce bottles and 2 ounce bottles, and the prices vary based on the strength. You know, 250. I think there's 1,000. I think there's even a 1,200. So we have a lot of hemp and growing around us. I just worry about my honeybees going out and getting a buzz. I don't know. I mean, she swears by, like, she said, and that's the thing. So that's what I wanted to tell y'all. What I think is really cool about this is because it has to be extracted, you know, and steam distilled and all of that, they don't use anything for pest control, fertilizing, nothing. Everything they do is done by hand. They start every plant from seed. They start them in the greenhouse, and then she told me that they found out that they can't even bring the plants out until July. And so then they grow them into the fall, and then they go in and they hand harvest everything. They can't machine pick them, like nothing. Everything has to be done by hand. And then they deliver it straight to the distiller. The distiller does what they're supposed to do. They bottle it. They do everything. So that's the thing that I really like. I know exactly where this stuff is being grown. And I can definitely tell you, I mean, they use it themselves, and they wouldn't use it on themselves if they didn't believe in it.
We may talk to them and see if we can go out there on location and do a video, shoot a video for you guys about it to help bring it out there a little bit more.
Yeah.
Do a little interview with them and stuff.
Oh, up to 2,000. I'm
telling you, topically, it makes, like, my bad nerve pain, it makes it go away. Mm-hmm. And it relaxes me where I can actually go to sleep and get a good night's sleep.
Well, and to be fair, the Ortal did put you to sleep too.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know if it was because of the orange or if it was, I don't know.
What's up, Hidden Valley? But
we'll have to kind of test that theory out. But as far as the topical, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to work on, is I have a salve that I'm going to put together. I'm waiting for the plantain oil and the calendula oil to steep. They still have a few more weeks, but as soon as that's done, we will start using it and let you know, like, if the effectiveness is good, then we'll go ahead and sell it. But I'm not going to sell it until
there may be a couple
of
you that we reach out to be test subjects.
Yeah, to test it out. Yeah.
We kind of already have in mind who it's going to be, so.
Yeah. Well, are they up here in South Carolina? Yes. Hi, all. I've been getting ready for the storm. I thought I reached out to you today, and I don't know if I heard back from you. Because I was wondering about that. I figured y'all would be busy because of the storm. And maybe I thought about sending you a message and then got distracted and forgot to. But either way, I hope everything is okay with y'all. And the Broussards. Because they're kind of in that area, too. That storm that's coming through at Cristobal.
And I hope they stay safe, but I do hope that Brett gets buried underneath a mountain of cheeseburgers and he has to eat his way out.
Why?
The way I win the weight loss challenge.
You don't want to say that. That's not nice.
You want to say it.
That's nice. I'll call around 10 a.m.
Awesome.
Cool. Awesome sauce. So, yeah. D, you missed it. I was bragging on you about telling me that I could plant all my plants close.
And so, I mean, this is a super busy time of the year.
Is it me, or does your lighting look better tonight?
Well, thank you.
It is, but it isn't. We got to tweak it some.
Well, we still have one more to put up to have a good 3-point lighting system.
Yeah. I'm a little washed out, like right in here. But we'll tweak it. We literally started trying to put it together like 20 minutes before the show. That's why we were a few minutes late. Y'all are a different breed living in Hurricane Alley down there. I know, right? So how is the weight loss going, Jason? Pay attention to the video tomorrow.
Yeah, and I thought about that. There will be 4 videos a week when you include the weight loss challenge.
Don't you have a carrot cake left over? Oh.
That's how it's going to be.
So I made, and Tori said something earlier about this, that I made carrot cake. And apparently that is her favorite cake.
Yeah.
And Sydney had told me that, but I didn't realize just how, like, she really likes carrot cake.
Well, what's your favorite cake?
Mine? Tiramisu.
That's not a cake.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. I would have to say, probably spice cake with the cream cheese. I like the cream cheese. So that's what I did, y'all. If you've never done this before, I will highly recommend it. Now, everybody judge me because I used box mix.
Judgy!
But if you're in a pinch and you have to use it you have to use box mix. I took a box of carrot cake mix and a box of spice cake mix. Yeah, pumpkin roll is good, but I figured he was going to tell me that wasn't real either. So I took a box of carrot cake and a box of spice cake. That was the first thing that
we gave them, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. We shared with them was your pumpkin roll. And you completely messed it up at their house.
No, I didn't cook it. We were on a live. The girls tried to follow the recipe and forgot to use something in the recipe. How long have y'all been married? Y'all don't know what you like to eat? No, he knows that I love just about anything, really. But I like spice cake. But I mixed the spice cake with the carrot cake and made 2 layers, and then we did the cream cheese icing, and it was very good. It had the carrot flavor. But what I'd really like to do is do that like with real carrot, like make actual carrot cake and then some spice cake mix. And I think that would be Homemade Italian cream cake. Now, that's pretty good, too. We should do a honeymoon game. Big Bear Homestead versus the Naked Gardeners. That would be fun. We can do that.
Be fun. We'll do it live.
That would be fun. I'm confused. The chat seems to be live, but the video is starting over?
Who said that?
I don't think so. Living a rogue life. I don't know. Love spice cake, carrot cake, cheesecake's good too. Gotta give it to you on a cheesecake. That's pretty good. So, now y'all got me thinking about that cake. Them little girls in there better not have eaten all of it.
No, Dessa won't.
Dessa can't. Dessa's so cute.
Look,
she tried to eat.
They love some Aunt Tori because see, when we give a slice of cakes, we give like tiny slice of cakes.
Pieces, yeah. Well, at least with LaDessa we
Aunt Tori gave a slice of cake, boy, that was like got googa.
She's like, just to give you perspective, it was a 13 by 9 cake. Okay. She only cut the width of it, so the 9 inches only made 3 pieces. So each piece was 3 inches wide. So that'll give you an idea. We can have the viewers write the questions and then we can answer them live. That would be fun.
That would be fun. Let's do it.
I like that. I now want some cake. TV is faster than my phone. I have the volume off on the phone. You know, we've had to do that before when we're watching.
That's how I watch Broussard.
Yeah.
That's how I watch Broussard.
Yeah, we have to do the same thing.
And sometimes Two Family that way.
Yeah.
And
Sherry wanted me to let you know they had to root around a protest in Columbus. That's why they aren't here. Oh. There was supposedly one here in our town, but we never heard any siren. We never heard nothing. So there was no indication that anything went awry. So that was all good.
Okay, so on Monday night, while we're talking about Sherry and them getting caught in a protest, Gemini Homestead birthday edition on Two Family Homestead on Monday.
Oh, cool.
I might have to call my friend. He may have to call in on that one.
That might be a good one to call in on. Yeah. Speaking of anniversary, 47 years. I thought it was 50, D.
Yeah, I thought it was 50.
Why did I think it was 50?
Somebody
47 years. Wow. Yeah, I typed that in wrong. I knew it was your anniversary, but I surely thought it was 50.
I know they've been married longer than I've been alive.
We've had them here, but very peaceful. Yeah. That was another thing that was really nice to have Sydney and Tori here, was to kind of, have that conversation and talk a little bit about it and kind of get their perspective on it. It was really nice because the girls were there for a good portion of the conversation, so they got to hear, a lot of very constructive conversation.
Yeah.
I ain't that old. Well, 47 and 50 is not that far apart. It's only 3 years. I mean, sorry, I wasn't trying to make you old. I was
happy anniversary.
I was just excited that you made it to 50.
Happy anniversary.
50 is a pretty big deal.
Happy anniversary.
Jason and I are going to be at 15 in November. It's a pretty big deal.
15.
Wow.
Years.
She was only 15 and he was 16 when they got married. Yep. That is so awesome.
Summer loving had me a blast.
All right, so it's almost 10 o'clock. Let's go ahead and start our Southern goodbye.
Oh, I thought we started that 30 minutes ago.
Oh, probably.
That was so funny. It started up with Sydney and them today. It was so funny. Okay, you started it. All right, y'all. Now you need to call me and let me know that you made it there safely. And before you can even said it, I was in the back going, and make sure you tell your mama I said hey.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that they didn't have any issues. Wow, 30 in October. Mine's on the 9th. Cool. So yeah, y'all are youngins. 27 in November. Woo! Our goal is to make it to 50. Because we'll both be like, you'll be 80.
If I live that long, we're going to make it. Because you ain't never had a friend like me.
Nope. Never will again either. Never will again. That's why we're doing this lifestyle. So we can live that long.
I need to go to Burger King and get me a double bacon Whopper.
You're a buttface. Alright. I have a big birthday this month. Uh-oh.
Wasn't going to touch that.
Mine's next month.
Wasn't going to touch that.
Good night, y'all. I'm going to go out and check on the piglets. Love you. Post a pic. If you haven't posted any pictures yet, post some pictures. I mean, I know you sent me
post some
one.
pictures in the
I'm
Big Man
awesome. I'm awesome. So I got pictures right away.
And if you guys want to castrate those boys, the new boys that you got, just let us know and we'll try to set up a time to come up there and help y'all do that. They got to be like 3 or 4 weeks old, I think, before we can do it.
I'll have to look at that.
I'll have to look that up and do it, and let you know how old they have to be. But well, guys, be prepared. Monday, Wednesday, or Sunday, the weigh-in video. Make sure you don't forget to hit Broussard's weigh-in video.
Yep, he'll have one out tomorrow, I think.
Yep. And then, of course, mine. And then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'll be putting videos out this week. And then, of course, Saturday, again, here on the live stream.
White Picket Fence said, my grandparents made it over 60 years. When we told Granny that he passed, she said she was too old to train another one. All right, y'all.
What?
You gonna say our goodbye line?
Yellow Rose Homestead. Just come on in when we're leaving. Gotta keep this diesel trucking.
By the way, I made your recipe from your video the other night.
Which one?
You're my new favorite people, just so you know. Meatballs.
Oh, yes.
Totally changes my perspective.
We are going to be doing a video on that one, giving you guys full credit. That was stinking phenomenal. Phenomenal.
And totally different than any way I've ever cooked them before. Mm-hmm. And it was amazeballs, just saying. Really good. Amazeballs. Yep. All right, so Jason and I, I'm going to take this over. Jason and I want to remind you to
vote.
Plant smiles,
grow giggles, and harvest the love, baby. Yeah. Be kind to one another, dadgummit. You don't know what somebody's going through. There's a lot of raw emotion out there right now, and we all need to take a step back, breathe, and love on one another.
and open your ears.
Open your ears. Take the red pill. And oh, excuse me.
Not at all.
And on that note, I want to remind everybody to recycle, reuse, repurpose.
You're going to pay for that, by the way.
And don't overwork your meat. Right?
Yep.
We love you guys, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye, y'all.
Gotcha!